So don't ask me how I got my hands on these bad boys, but I have Holbein's new granulating watercolors in my hands. And today we are going to play. We're not just going to swatch. No, we are going to play with these baddies. Why I'm so excited about these is because there's some interesting combinations, especially one of these baddies has white PW6 in the formulation. So let's get right down onto the painting table and have some granulating good times. All right. Gorgeous packaging, but very standard Holbein. Actually, when I first got it, I was like, wait a minute, are these bootleg? Are these not it? Because it looked so much like the other packaging from just the standard paints. But then I very quickly realized when I looked at these labels, they were granulating, like the image on the labels. Can you see that? Looks like granulation. Yeah. Yes. Oh, thank you, Randy. You love the new mic sounding great. Oh, that makes me so flippin' happy. Oh, Patricia painted all night with your beautiful palette. I love hearing that. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Na, na, na. If you're new here, I break into song. I kind of liken it. Do you know how they make fun of like Broadway? That like just when the emotions are running their highest, they break into a song in a Broadway show. Well, it's like that here in watercolor land with me. When I get really excited about something, I too break into song. So hopefully that doesn't bother you. Yes. All right. So this was the color I was most excited about. It is Cherry Blossom Pink. And you know me, I'm not a pigment number girly. However, this one is made, I believe. Yep, this one has PW6, pigment white 6, which is what I use in a lot of my more opaque paints. And one of the things that I love about watercolor is different opacities. You know, they're not all sheer. Yep. And I get really excited about that. So when I saw, that a Legacy brand was doing a white in their formulation. Now, there very well could be other granulating pigments or paints out there by Legacy brands that have white in them, although I'm not sure I've run into one. This one does. So this one, just because we're talking about pigment numbers, is PR230. 233, P073, and PW6. And I played with it a little bit the other day on my Patreon. And it was super fun. Actually, I'm going to save this I am going to swatch these more traditionally at some point during this live. But first, I want to play. First, I just want to get a sheet full of color. This is Bindi Desai's sketchbook. I'm almost through it. I've been using the fronts, the backs, and everything in between. If you haven't picked one up yet, go ahead. Just search watercolor sketchbook on Amazon. All right. You don't need to see that. Anyway, let's get into it. I make sure spray bottle. So a couple of things you want to definitely have on hand is for granulating play. Let's call it granulating play. You want to have a spray bottle. I love to have a spray bottle. You want to have a nice textured watercolor paper. You want to have clean water that you can like literally dribble onto the page. And you want to be ready to just bully your paints a bit, okay? We typically don't want to bully watercolor because we want to let it do its thing. We want it to flow. All the things, right? But with granulating paints, they like to be bullied. They like to be pushed around a skosh. Right, I'm just cleaning out my big 3/4 inch dagger. I am using the It's Just Paper brush, also known as the 3/4 inch dagger. Oh, she is a mess. I used these in some photos and she's got some ATG, some glue on her. That's okay. She still works. Anyway, And she also got stained from something. I don't know what, but it don't matter. All right, let's get into it. So hopefully that brush is pretty clean. And I like to get it down on there. And I just get right at it with some spray. And we're going to start pushing. And then I'm going to go ahead and get right into it with the next color. I'm going to try to keep these in order so that when I do start the swatching, the more traditional swatching, I can remember what the heck, how they originally came. All right, this one is Trumpet Vine Red. Love that flipping name. Still no echo, right, friends? Tell me. So you want to bully, lots of water, lots of movement. Have a fan on. Oh, look at it already. This one, granulating yellow. What I noticed about this, the cherry blossom pink, when I was playing it with it the other day, it's like a slightly brighter, crisper Potter's pink, which I love because Potter's pink always felt kind of dingy to me. And I also, if you don't want to touch paint, don't touch paint for health reasons. But I like to bully sometimes with my fingers. See how that immediately started revealing some of the granulation? Gorgeous. I've seen a lot of friends, just because we're all watercolor folks, who got their hands on these overseas, playing with them. And I'm like, I was so wanting them to really push the paints. And a lot of the swatching videos that I've seen so far, they're not pushing the paints. So, yeah, we got to push the paints. Yes. So the smaller water bottle sprayer, I do now have in my Amazon favorites. The link is in description if you want to check that out. I think it's under the list. It's just like random supplies I love, something like that. Hey, Sketches. Hi. Tiny bit of an echo, but better than earlier. Good. Okay. No echo. Thanks, Deborah. Awesome. Just, checking in. Pumpkin, thank you. Sound is really good. Thank you, Lorna. Hey, Lorna. So good to see you. Hey there. Hey, Gloria. Hello. Most recently, people have been focusing on super granulating colors, mixing two colors where there's that break of color granulation, but multiple colors came through like this one. Yes. No echo, says Sketches. Thank you. Yeah. So Holbein, that is such a good point. Let me bring up that comment. Just really important point. Holbeins in general, look at that though. Holbeins in general, I have a huge Holbein collection. Love them so much. But they don't move as much. And you can add some things to them to get them to move more, but they are, because of their formulation and their additives, additives wasn't the right word, but you know what I mean. They don't move as much. Gosh, look at that color. But that's why with these granulating colors, and I'll be curious, I haven't looked into like the ingredients much. Like I wonder if they added something that they don't have in their normal formulations that make these move and groove a little bit more. But I mean, oh my gosh, look. And I really wanted to use Bindy's paper today. She's create__D on Instagram because her paper has this lovely, unique laid texture that's so happy to kind of soak in and let the pigment particles settle into the grooves more so than even arches. This laid texture is it's almost like a very distinct pebbled texture. And it is 100% cotton. So anyway, good point about Holbein's not moving as much, but these are moving. Okay, so this one that I just did, this one is called Bork's Parrot Pink. Lovely. Can we just talk about how pretty those look in the bubble palette? Just the little juicy droplets of paint. Just want to take a moment again to welcome our new and returning friends from the Watercolor Beginners and Beyond group. Diane, if you're still here, I thank you so much for the work you do in that group. Friends, if you're not part of that group yet, you crazy. No, I'm kidding. But I'm serious. Look at that like rusty orange situation. Can we just get a hella for that? I mean, oh, thank you, Holbein. Thank you for being my watercolor friend. Oh, Holbein, look at that. Look at that. Let's get a little. Another thing I do with granulating paints is just load up once I've got a puddle going. And I mean, I hope y'all can see I got a serious puddle situation, and that's what you want. You want, when you shake the paper, you want to be scared that it's going to just roll off the page, or else you're not going to see as much of the granulation. And look, just look, can we just romanticize and enjoy the beauty of just those colors pooling and even separating right in the palette? Yes, they are stunning. Yeah, the vocals though, I know, I'm sorry. I'm like a walking audio meme, basically. Yeah. Living, breathing meme with sounds. Our pastor at church calls them memes. He's my age. He's like 2 years older. He's my age. Let's actually do that. And he calls them memes, and I make fun of him all the time. It's fun. This one is a lunar eclipse red. So this is another fun trick. Just put a little dollop of Daisy. For those that aren't in the US, Daisy is a sour cream company. But they have these stupid commercials. Just a dollop of Daisy. It's ridiculous, but it's very catchy. It's a nice jingle. So it made me think, whenever I say dollop, and I look to find more reasons to say dollop because it's a lovely little word. It just sounds funny coming out the mouth. I digress. Anyway, can you tell? Can you feel how flipping excited I am about these paints? Now, what's this one going to do? Now, just for funsies, let's look. This one is BB7 pigment. Now, this is weird. Do you see that? BB7. Someone talk to me. I'm trying to get it to focus. I don't think I can. Wait, there we go. BB7, and then there's just like a Rogue 15, and then PY110, PR122. Very interesting combo. All right, this one is not doing as much, so we're going to give it a little finger push. Come on, baby. Come on. Move and groove. Let me go look and see if I'm missing questions. And let's see if we can get this one to do something. There we go. Right there. She's doing a little something. All right. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. This one is Pampas Grass Yellow. Oh my gosh. I am so here for the names. Okay, again, let's romanticize. Look at that. Can you see that? Dang-a-lang. Dang-a-lang, Holbein. All right, let's see what she gonna do. The other thing, I like to just do that. Just kind of flick. There's, because we're not just talking about like getting water on the page. Sometimes it's like a matter of inertia, like forcing, dribbling, shaking. And you're probably thinking, how in the heck do I paint with these? Because that's not how I paint. And I think this is why I love granulating watercolors so much, because they actually, for you to get the most out of your granulating watercolors, you kind of have to, you have to loosen up. You have to live and let go. You have to like shake it up and get shoshe with your watercolors, okay? You have to. Otherwise, I mean, you don't have to, but you're just not going to see as much moving and grooving, shaking and baking if you don't. Does that make sense? I am so excited today. I am like, I kind of heard a little like Jim Carrey in my head. Oh my gosh. If you are new here, I'm also a lover of pop culture, movies, all the things. And it tends to spill out of me when I get super excited. Okay, this one's interesting. This one, oh, look at how that, look at what she did. When will the small daggers be back in stock? They just shipped yesterday from overseas. So they will be, it's going to be a little bit. It's probably going to be about 6 weeks. Yeah, because they just shipped. And we put them on the slow boat. Full Moon Yellow. I love these names. Oh my gosh. But anyway, can we see that it's subtle, but she immediately split into this brighter situation. I'm also going to finger bump her. Come on. Slap the paper. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. Now, this is a good time to talk about lifting to reveal pigment. Boom. So once you get that paint on there, give it a few minutes, like 3, 4, 5+ minutes, but it's still wet, then lift some away. This is what I call positive lifting. And you're going to see even more stuff happen. Like, look at that with a light lifting, change your pressure. Oh, look at how that's revealing that right there. Look at that. See that? Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Schmenka better release some new granulators. Schmenka better get the game back on. I know they think they fancy because they got the numbers. They got the high numbers of colors. But I'll tell you, these other companies, the Kiritake, the Holbein granulators, Core has a gorgeous granulating set I'm playing around with for my epic YouTube's largest granulating watercolor video. And yeah, Schmenka was holding our interest for a good long time. And I don't know. All right, this is Japanese bush warbler green. Wow, that's a whole mouthful. That is a whole mouthful. All right, now I'm getting some drippage, color bumping, which I am not upset about. So actually, let's force that. Let's go up here and spray down, 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 down. Oh, so good. Sorry, had to clap. It's another thing I do. All right, so let me see about questions. I know I'm looking forward to the granulating video. I'm looking forward to it actually getting close to happening. It's the granulation era for watercolor brands. It is. And like, we all know that we can make these ourselves if we know the combos, but I don't know. I just love the fun of discovery, but I can also see there's huge fun in like doing your own mixes for sure. But also, I'm not going to lie, there's got to be, like, especially like those Kiritakes, there's got to be something they was doing to push the granulation, like extra gum arabic or extra something that was just making things flow. Art with diamonds, hey. Yes, the Holbeins aren't available in the US. I got these Rogue. I can't tell you how I got them. Adult wants to get in trouble. And fall is what Holbein is saying. They contacted me directly. They're saying fall. All right. Don't forget to put a question mark in front of your questions. Thank you. Maybe a granulating medium. Yeah. I think Schmenka makes a granulating medium or a spray or both. Yeah. All right. I want to see if I missed any questions. Just scrolling back up. Yeah. Yep. Schmenkas, I feel like a lot of them fall a little flat for me. What I felt like, I have the whole Schmenka granulating collection. And what I feel like is that some of the colors are just too daggone close to one another, if that makes sense. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm getting lost. So that was my feeling. Like I would rather less colors and a deeper sense of variety, if that makes sense. So, because I think they have what, like 48 or something insane. Might even be a little bit more. Anyway, ooh, this one's weird. This one's weird. Trying to get it to, yeah, this one is a little more muted. I'm going to let some of the fun from up here. Oh, but it granulated quickly. Kind of a limey green from an olive green. There's even a little like blue happening down. Oh, there's a lot of blue. Let's just kind of drag that with my fingernail. Love that. Look at the little trail. Do, 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 from up there to down there. Let's see what she's doing down up here. Got a lot. I want to. This is an interesting combo here, but we're also getting some of whatever was here. This is why I think it's so important to play even before you swatch. And I know, like, I sell swatching stamps. I'm a proponent now of swatching. I didn't used to be, but I still believe that you should do this first. Loosen up with any paints, granulating or otherwise. Let's just take a moment to enjoy what's happening here. There's like a purple. When did that happen? Did anybody see when that happened? Right there? There's heaps of questions. Okay, hold on. Y'all, can you go ahead and ask your questions again? I'm so sorry because I think I missed them. All right, here we go. Tammy, sorry to ask, but White Knight's Granulating Watercolor, good or no? Thank you. I have my set. I have not tried them yet, so I cannot answer to that. If anybody has tried the White Knight's Granulating as of yet, go ahead and message Tammy here in the comment section. That would be great. Yes, Daniel Smith granulators, Cascade Green, Moonglow. Those are the two that off the top of my head. I can call out, scroll back a bit, Christy. Okay. I am on it. Thank you, Annalie. Thank you. Just got here. Question. Have you tried the Yinmin Blue? Yes. It's lovely. I have it from two brands. I think I have Schminka's and oh, I know I have another one and I like theirs better. Who was it? I don't remember. Shoot. One of them is more intense. Who else put out a Yinmin Blue? I can't remember. Ask me how I know. All right. So thank you, Diane. Oh, Diane, I love your little avatar there. That is fantastic. Look at that, y'all. Looks just like her too. That's freaking fantastic. I love that. If you are interested in the swatching stamp set or any of my other supplies, my brushes, my palettes, all the things, let me get a little salesy for you. It's all in the description below. You can find the links. Have you tried Supervision? I have. Yes, I have. I bought them years ago and I have their whole set and they are really interesting too. They were one of the first ones I feel like that came out and got really wild with granulating. Lovely. Not at all light fast, but generally speaking, but really lovely. I don't know anything about the light fastness on these either because I'm not looking at that. But the Supervisions, when they came out, they kind of were like getting the wow factor and the chatter factor that Kiritake is now getting. Ooh. Now, that yellow ran into this tealy situation here from above, but let's see what she can do. Give her a spritzy poo. She's already moving and grooving. How is that paint not drying? Because the paper is awesome sauce. It's still damp everywhere. This is a pretty much dry. Slightly damp up here. That was the first one. But this is amazing paper. It's thirsty, but not too thirsty. Do the Holbein watercolors feel like gouache, that thick, rich, or creamy substance? I would say like gouache super light, super light maybe. I mean, because I feel like a lot of Holbeins have a little bit more of a opaque feel, if that makes sense. And I think that's probably why I like them, right? So fair enough question. And Holbein has a fair number like of convenience colors that are on the pastel-y side. So I think that's where a lot of that feel comes from, because they have such a strong presence of like pastel leaning convenience colors. And that, you know, PW6 makes things feel lovely, lusciously velvety, more opaque, all the things. All right, let's get her going here. Now, while that's cooking, I'm going to get right into the next color. I want to wet the page first. I'm going to have to move to another book here soon. And then we're going to get that going. This one, look at that. This one's doing some beautiful things. This one is Ocean Blue. Ocean Blue. And let's just coax her out. I just love getting soup. Oh my gosh. That is a gorgeous color. Just, all right. Let's just watch it. Look at what it's doing. I don't know why I feel the need to whisper. Oh, look at right there. Look at that. Let's make more. Actually, let me do this. Let's drop a dollop. Let's dollop. Dollop. I know, right? I'm so excited. Pigment number, you bet your butt you can. You bet your butt. Hold on. I'm getting in here. I'm getting in. Getting in. Get her done. Get her done. All right. Ocean Blue, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got PY159, PB15. So pigment yellow 159, pigment blue 15. That's it. That's all. Another thing you can do if you kind of got this halo effect with a big bubble is go right outside of it and pull some of it out. Pull it and see what happens. That's going to force some granulation, right? And don't forget, go back in your travels here and lift. Lift away, and you're going to see more granulation be revealed, right? And don't forget to do some muddy mixes when you're playing too, because muddy granulation can be just as exciting. Look at that halo of like a yellow. Now maybe that floated in from here. I don't think so though. And look at this muddy mixture. Look at how glorious that is. Yes, the left-hand corner of the page, right? Yeah, neither usually granulate, right? There's something else going on in here. There's a granulating medium. I think that's what's going on, is that some of these companies are adding something to force the granulation, to make it more obvious, to make it more, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's take another moment to just enjoy the beauty of the palette. So pretty. I feel like after this, I should like put the palette on top of this page, take a photo and make it all gorgeous in my photo editing app, and then let you all download it. Should I do that? So you could have it as like a screen, whatchamacallit, a lock screen. Would anybody like that? I can post a link here in the description. Would anybody like a lock screen with my styling efforts? Let me know. What paper am I using? Very good question, Abby. Nessa says yes, she'd like a screensaver. Yes, a lock screen. Yes. You can really see. Yes. So I am using, I don't want to flip this, but this is Bindi Desai's watercolor sketchbook. I helped her launch it. I did not help her develop the actual notebook, paper, cover, anything. That was all her brainchild. And it is 100% cotton laid paper. I know that she was inspired by some watercolor papers from India, and it has this gorgeous laid texture that lets the pigment kind of settle, the particles settle, and everything else kind of rise up. And so you're getting that cool, yeah. So Jennifer or Sketches or anybody, could you share her Instagram handle, please? That would be awesome. She does amazing, quick, accessible tutorials. Look at it. There's like a purple situation. Let's take a look at the pigments there. Let's take a look. Look at the purple, and it's like a creamy, opaque purple. I want to see. I feel like there might be white in this baddie boombalatti here. Jade Vine Blue. Love, love, love it. They're naming these after plants. Yep. How good am I? Maybe I do know a thing or two about pigments. We've got Pigment Violet 47, Pigment Green 7, Pigment Blue 15, PW6. There's white in that one. There's white in that one. And you know, I love me white in paints. I do, I do, I do. You are the sunshine of my life. Woo! Yes. Sunshine. Sunshine. All right. All right. We're going to do one more on this paper. I'm going to do it right here. One more. This one is Nightfall Indigo. Here we go. Gorgeous. Gorgeous names. Stop it. Stop it. It's a creamy indigo, y'all. It's a creamy indigo. Hold the phone. Wait. Nope. No, don't go that way. Actually, it's fine. Go that way. Fine. We're just gonna pull it down. Little pulling, little ombre, as I like to call it. Ah! Yes, 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 yes. All right. I got to go grab more paper. I'm going to be using some Rough Academy. Oh, this is from my playing the other day. This was the first 3 pinks. So this was this. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Gorge. 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 Like the video. Friends, yeah, give me a like. Give me some love. Give me some boops. Give me some boops. Angie, could you please do a little smidge of dry brush with a few of these? Yes. Then hit them with a clean, soggy brush. Ooh, Angie. Angie, you saucy. I love it. I love it. Let's just do a little bit of that with one of these. I'm going to choose. I actually did that the other night when I was playing. When I was on my Patreon playing. All right, let's get in here. This is the second one here, which I think was what is it? Hold on, glasses off. Trumpet Vine. All right, let's try to get a dry brush situation going. There we go. And then what do you want me to do? Hit them with a clean, soggy brush. All right, clean being the operative word. All right, let's see what happens. Let's get something next to it. Also dry brush. I want to do this gold. Let me get some of that. Oh, yeah. Let's spray that one. Oh, interesting. So much you can do. Beautiful suggestion, Angie. Thank you. Thank you for that. Love it. Hold on. Story time. Hold on. I got to go get it. Hold on. This might be fun for you newbies to learn a little bit about me, but more importantly, a little bit about the whole world of brick and mortar art supply stores. I love telling this story. So really quickly, in 2017, I was asked by a brand, group, whatever, manufacturer, to work with them to develop a collection of art supplies to be pitched to Michael's arts and crafts stores here in the US. We developed like a 60 SKU collection. It was so exciting. It was everything that I had dreamed of because I had always been fascinated by art supplies. Anyway, went down to the kind of Michael's land where all the Michael's things happen, where they have like a set up like a store that, you know, they figure out what their floor sets are going to look like. Got to the point, like had a second meeting. They were going to buy this collection. They were going to buy it. And then a bunch of things happened. And right at the last minute, nothing happened. They decided not to buy the collection. So for many years, I was sad. I I kind of like quit working on stuff like that and quit my YouTube channel. And I kept writing books, but I was just sad about the whole fine art piece. And I went back to weddings and focused on that. And then I pulled my head out of my arse and came back to it and developed my own line. And now, you know, it's available on Amazon and all the things. I have like, I don't know, 10 products now. And yeah, it was lame. Yeah. And so I harbored a lot of bitterness about that journey. A lot of things went poorly. I did some stupid things. I did like one stupid thing on that journey, but it was like minor. And I harbored a lot of bitterness just to the ether, just into the world. Like it was nobody's fault. It was just it's business, right? And so when I got back into creating my own art supplies, I always thought like, how cool would a full circle moment be with Michaels, right? To get something in their store. Because I do make product with my publisher as well. That, you know, something like this. Got angles wrong. Okay. So this is my paint your own watercolor note card set. It's designed in conjunction with my publisher since 2016, just Schiffer. And so anywho, design a bunch of stuff with them. I have a paint your own calendar. You can find all that information below. It's linked in my Amazon store as well. It's on christyrice.com. You can find it on Amazon. Just search my name. Not here to sell it. But anyway, went to Michael's yesterday because I found out a bunch of you started messaging me saying, Christy, I saw your note cards in Michael's. So I went to Michael's yesterday running around like a stupid fool. Just hit the mic. Running around like a stupid fool because I was ready for my full circle moment. I was ready for seeing something of mine on the shelves in an actual store. They've been online for a while, but like I'm an OG. I'm an exennial, y'all. I'm like a grandma millennial. And for me, brick and mortar, it's kind of like magazines. To see my stuff on the shelves of brick and mortar is like seeing my wedding invitation designs in a magazine. Okay, I'm an OG. I'm an old lady. So I go to the store, I'm walking around and I'm so sad because I couldn't find it. And like I live in an area like demographically a little more depressed, I guess is the best way to say it. Like we don't have Trader Joe's. We don't have Whole Foods, right? So I'm like, well, I guess we just didn't fit the demographic at our store. And walked around, had my son with me. I think I was distracted. And I finally came to the conclusion that it wasn't there. And so I get back home and I get a message from one of you. And they're like, Christy, it's right there. They sent me a screenshot of one of my videos and they circled. It was there. Then Kelly, who is one of my incredible employees, she's like customer facing in my other business. She messaged me at like midnight. She's like, girl, there's two of them. And she sent the same screenshot with another thing circled. Anyway, they were there. I'm so excited. I had my full circle moment, however imperfect it might have been. I had my full circle moment. Thank you so much, Michaels. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I do think they have a little bit of a gap in their watercolor palette section. I mean, I don't know. I could be biased, but would love to see this make an appearance, you know. Anywho, just saying. But anyway, these are the watercolor cards. Gorgeous. I love Schiffer, just has the best quality, everything. Soup to nuts, everything's perfect. You get a little insert card. More information, how to use the card. Look at this. I mean, you just can't make up the beauty of this. And then there are these foil notes and there's little foil accents that you can paint right over and they still stay foily. It's rose gold, my signature metal, right? Comes with a little paintbrush, making art for joy's sake. Nice little round. I would say it's like a longer length #2 round that you get. Beautiful Taklon bristles, just like my brush collection. And it's not in here. I don't think it's in here. You get envelopes, of course. But it comes with a Daniel Smith dot card. Why is it not in here? Anyway, it comes with a Daniel Smith dot card. So you literally have everything you need. Yeah. We partnered with Daniel Smith for a dot card. So you get 8 colors. We ended on this nifty Nightfall Indigo. So we're going to go into the Clematis Violet. Clematis Violet. Let's take a look at these dry brush baddies now that they've had time to sit. Anyway, look at how gorgeous. Okay. Looking forward, Clematis Violet. That is, oh, so interesting, these names. Clematis Violet. Let's get to it. I want to go really dry brush on this one. Really. Gorgeous. Let's see what this one does. Almost like a little brown. Like right off the bat, a little brown. Oh, we've got PY159, PB29, PV23. Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It's not doing much. Gotta say, it's probably my least favorite so far, but I gotta give it time to zhuzh. I think really. But yeah, there's like a brown halo when I really pushed the envelope with that one. All right. Next up, we have Earthshine Violet. I would love a little story from Holbein behind these naming decisions. This is lovely. This is like a muddy, no, muddy is not the right word. This is like an earthy purple. You're probably like, Chrissy, what in the heck is the difference between muddy and earthy? But there just is. Like muddy is more like brown. Earthy is more like grit and moody grit. Queen of adjectives over here. Look at how that spritz created even more like a sense of granulation there. Look at that. Isn't that great? Now, it's also not doing much. The spray was more interesting than the actual. I'm trying to see, like, what does it want to do here? It's almost just like a purple, like two different shades of purple. Little blue violet. See that? Interesting. More subtle. You know, we've gotten spoiled here. We've gotten spoiled. Wow, things got crooked. What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right. This one, back to the warm. Well, they're calling it Twilight Purple, so I guess that's why it's by Purples. Ooh, this has got to have white in it. I'm going to break into more song now. Okay, so this is like got a Potter's Pink vibe, but not nearly as boring. Potter's Pink is not one of my favorites, even though it's a granulator. It's just not. But this one got a little like rusty something or other. What's going on? What is going on, y'all? I'm just getting some on there. Just remember what I said earlier. Like, granulating watercolors are joy makers. You know how I talk about joy, and joy is like happiness is circumstantial. Joy is there no matter what is going on in your life. So it's deeper, right? But in order to find that joy, you've got to be willing to get out of your chair, metaphorically speaking. You got to get out of your chair. You got to get out of your normal patterns. You got to get experimental. You got to get weird. You got to get kind of rough around the edges, and you got to like be willing to literally shake things up. Ooh. Look at, I did that and exposed the granulation there even more. This is interesting. Oh, while I'm nagging you about dry brush, could you just do a couple little sketch lines with one of them as well? Ink sketch wash. So like with a liner brush, maybe? Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're thinking? I'm just going to go right back into this one. I mean, until I'm going to just go for it until I know that's what you're thinking. This is my Remember Joy brush, one of my favorites, one of my ride or die brushes, can't live without it. All right, just seeing. Okay, here we have another question. So this palette of granulating color Holbein won't be available in the US until the fall. Do you know the price point that we need to save for? I think it's gonna be over $100. I think it's gonna be over 100. I mean, I think I paid 125. I know I said 110 originally, but I think that's where it's gonna be. But I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Holbein, if you're watching, you want to comment? Yeah, but based on the pricing, I would go and look at like another a Holbein set of 24, and you're gonna see they're over $100. So that's my best guess. Great question. Before I go, Potter's Pink is weak. However, because of that, it's super great to mix with other colors to make them granulate. Great, great, great point. Great point. Love that. I needed that reminder. Thank you. Yep, 2 colors. Let's do a mix. Absolutely. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead with this one that was just one of my favorites. And we're going to do a little mixy mix. I'm going to do the mix over here. So we've got that one. And I'm going to take this one, which was, I think, oh, interesting. Look what that did. Well, that made mud. But sometimes granulating mud. All right, let's do this for real. Hold on. So it was this one. And so I am mixing Trumpet Vine Red with Ocean Blue. And that makes sense why it was mud, because the Trumpet Vine Red is a little more orangey. And the blue, well, you know, the blue is blue. So, all right, let's get it. Let's get it. We need new paper. We need new paper for sure. All right, let me get some more. All right, let me actually show the cover of this now that she's dry. This is Bindy's sketchbook. All right, and this is the back of it with her information. Desai Art. There's her Insta, Create Deep. Amazing, amazing. It's my current go-to watercolor paper. I'm really enjoying it. I need to go ahead and order another one. All right, now we're gonna mix those two and have a mixy mix and see what happens. I kind of almost want to like get a double dip going here. All right, you ready? Are we ready? All right, interesting, interesting. Ooh. Well, that is a happy accident if there ever was one. Let's just watch. Beautiful. Watch. There's mud happening, but it's lovely mud. Lovely mud. It's like Northern Lights. Ah, look at that. There's yellow popping out. The yellow's drifting down. I don't need to narrate. Can we get to 100? Can we get to 100? I'm assuming that's boops. I would love some more likes. Sketches would love, love, love to get from 94 to 100. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Zoe. Thanks for being here. I know. Watch those colors blend. Let them really do their thing. Otherwise, you won't know. Oh, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? All right. That was a fun experiment. Okay, let's get back to it. Got a couple more here. I'm running out of room. Daybreak Orange. Ooh. I'm going to put Daybreak Orange up here in this big well. And let's get down to it. Ooh, she's muddy. Ooh. Ooh. Just adding more water as I go down. So kind of like a pulling. It's always fun to do a little old-fashioned, good old-fashioned pulling. Or as I like to rename it, ombre. Now, you're on a good paper. So get your scrub-a-dub on. Ooh, did you see that? Watch. Watch it again. Watch it again. Oh my gosh, it's happening down here. Watch it again. This is lovely. There's like a peachiness. There's some kind of zingy peachy moment. Ooh. This is vibing similar to one of the Kiratakes. Although, wait a minute. What in the hot holy heck? It's like a purple. Blue? What? Hello, I know. Eee, there it goes. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Sorry, that ding, ding, ding is me smashing up against my ceramic double weld painter's pot. We are having another drop in, is it October? No. July? I don't know. More coming soon. If you're curious about when we're doing our next drop of the painter's pots, the double weld painter's pots, which I currently have flowers in the middle of mine, you can email Kristen and she will definitely know better than I. This one is a breakout. All right, let's have another aesthetic moment and let these two mingle and jingle. All right. Oh gosh, this play is so important, friends. It's so important. You know what we haven't done yet? We haven't done any just blotting with paper towel. Let's do a little bit of that. See what happens. Nothing much. That one definitely liked to be blotted. Oh my Lord. You imagine just like painting a leaf. Just imagine like a super basic pressed dragon lift twice leaf. Okay. Look at that. And then blotting to reveal that kind of magic, that kind of surprise. That is joy. Doing something, an action in watercolor that you have no clue really. Like you can't predict the results. That's joy. Even if the results are like a little underwhelming, it's like the joy of discovery. You feel like you're like Christopher Columbusing it, right? In the watercolor land. That's joy. Add some shimmer with the ink. Ooh, hold on. All right. You don't have to coax me. Where's my shimmer? I thought I had some on my little, hold on. I can't see it from here. I have this little do here. I thought I had some shimmer. I always like to have a little bit of everything on hand. Hold on, I have another little do over here. I can't remember the name of them. Therefore, I'm giving him a stupid name. Here we go. Gouache, shimmer. Beautiful. Isn't it fun to see collections of things from a top-down view? Anybody else? Like this. Like, it's just so pretty. Top-down views of things are pretty. Pretty. All right. We're going to get gold all over this. This just came to me. We're going to get gold. Oh, ooh, she dried. It's all right. We can, come on. Dear goodness. So this is Holbein too. This is Holbein gouache. This is from the like Seasons, antique gold. All right. Get her on here. Get her smudged up. And we're going to flick. No, flicking is not really working. Wow. I feel good. Na, 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 na. I knew that I would now. I feel good. Oh, dang. Did you see? I don't know if that showed on the screen. Let me see if I can get it to show. Watch. It almost like it was almost like the gold was like blinking at me. You ready? I feel good. So good. So good. I got you. Dun, 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 dun. Ow. Bump, 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 ba-da-da-da-da, bump. Oh my gosh. It didn't blink. It was just from the angle I was at. But let's see what is she going to do. What you going to do? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Look at, you see what's happening there? Hold on, I want to exaggerate what's happening there. I want to blot. There's a staining, a little bit of staining. So good. So good. It's like a storm. It's like a glistening storm. Oh, Darlene, I'm so glad you were here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Schmack it. I did, Janeka. I did schmack it. I did. There's that guy. I love plants. And he's like, he's like the plant. He's a plant guy. And he like taps. And it's become like his shtick. He's got like t-shirts that say like smack that pot or slap that pot or something. And he like gets really intense and he like stares in the camera while he's slapping the pot, like to the point you're uncomfortable, but it's entertaining. What is his name? Oh my gosh, I don't know. What would iridescent medium, so like an interference, like does Liquitex still make the interference mediums? That was like a thing of the 90s. And I wonder if I still have some of it from the 90s. I actually think interference or iridescent medium would exacerbate the granulation, at least like a trick of the eye, if not for real. Yeah, be really interesting. I would try it. I think it would just, because you have those chameleon watercolors, or they're called different things, where they literally change color when you move, you shift the paper. Right. Yes, knolling. So I was talking about this top-down stuff. So in the wedding industry, which I'm still in, I still have my business, Momental Designs. We make fancy watercolor wedding invitations, and styling was like the thing. So actually, fun. Let's just do a little story time. Hold on. I'll show you some pictures because I feel like it. I mean, if you're still here, I kind of feel like you're hardcore. And whilst I look for what I'm looking for, let's looky-loo at how these baddies are drying. Let's just soak it in, pun intended. So yeah, in the wedding industry, top-down styling, also known as flat lay styling, flat lay, FLATLAY, and I love me a flat lay to this day. And it was in the era, do any of you know like anything about weddings from like 5 to 10 years ago? Fake weddings called style shoots were like the thing. Actually, if you go back on my channel here, you're going to see some of the fake weddings that I produced as like a lead art director or stylist. It's kind of like the cute name that we gave ourselves when we did that stuff. Can we talk about the red vein running through this puddle? Can we talk about it? Somebody talk about it. Tell me about it. Okay. So here is my website for my other business. I'm going to move this so she don't, oh my gosh, wait, before I move this, can we? What? This is the other thing about granulating, friends. You've got to watch as it changes, as it dries. You got to pay attention. I mean, you don't have to, but you're going to miss fun things. Look at, that was not like that 5 minutes ago. It's going, yes. Pigment is going on a whole side quest. Indeed it is. It's like the pigment is playing D&D and they're about to slay the dragon. Or actually, by the looks of that, it looks like they just did slay the dragon. Anyway, let me see. So this is a flat lay, beautiful paper. This is not my artwork. This is one of my team members. She is incredible. Her name's Jill, and she does all the gorgeous like architectural stuff. Honestly, she does it all. Florals, architecture. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable on that one. There's my team. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. There's me. That's my house. Hi. This is fun. I like sharing with friends. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey and I my blues away. Okay, let me show you a fun one. So one year back in 2013, and this, where is the search bar on my site? In 2013, we did a fancy wedding of a fancy person. Oh my gosh, this was my son's second birthday party. I made a pop-up book. I did all the artwork. Look at my little boy when he was 2. Isn't he adorable? So this was his party in a warehouse. It was a wedding rental joint, and this was just their warehouse. Oh, dear friend who ran this with her husband at the time, she passed. She was like, gosh, I don't even think she was 30 from cancer. Anyway, she's greatly missed. But she opened up her entire space for this party. Here was a little dessert table. I used to do all this kind of stuff. And now fake weddings, wedding shoots, editorial shoots and weddings since COVID are just very passe. People only want to see real weddings. The whole culture of editorial has changed. But look at that. I painted that dragon. Is this fun or is this boring? I used watercolor medium, Golden's watercolor medium on a very boring Walmart tent and made it a watercolor. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I painted the whole thing with watercolor ground. Anyway, here is a flat lay, but shot from an angle. Here is a simple flat lay. I love flat lays. I love styling flat lays. They're so fun. Even like, I love just taking a picture like at Christmas time. I will stand on a chair in the middle of Christmas dinner. You ask my family. I love just doing a flat lay impromptu of like people in the middle of a meal. And I take one every Christmas, every Easter, every Thanksgiving. I love doing it. It's like romanticizing your life. This was table numbers. This was his little stuffed animal, Zai. And to this day, he still sleeps with Zai. It's a little wolf. Flat lay of cookies. Anyway, so when you mentioned the thing of like styling, like doing top-down styling photos of collections, this is where it all began, y'all. This is where it all began with editorial styling, especially in weddings. You know, the wedding industry really impacts so many things well, the visual arts impact the wedding industry, but then the wedding industry, things like trickle out from it. Anyway, I wanted to show you the party that I threw, but I have to find the search bar on my own website. Oh, this was my daughter's second birthday. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to find it, but I'll show you this quick and then I'll shut up about it. So this was inspired by Bas Muse. He is a living Dutch artist, photographer who does the most incredible, go look him up. There's his name. So you can go look him up. When I started planning this and I was tagging him, he was like messaging me and actually was really sweet. This is the invitation. It was a little Delft. It was like a cutout of a Delft vase. I painted these. This is going to be the same art as on the cover of my new journal I'm working on. And then all these flowers I painted and we did a cutout. And these are the centerpieces. And there's my baby girl. This is the cake. Anywho, we had so much fun. Look at her. Look at her. I'm enthralled. I want all these in a coffee table book. Really? I have one. And then I will get back to finishing the colors, I promise. But you know what? I'm with friends. So I'm going to do what I want with friends. All right. So if you want to see more of my stuff and you want to support me, this is a little known book called The Painter's Wedding. It was my first book idea, but not the one that got published first. And it's full of all my editorial work. This is one I did out in Utah. I'll give you a little look. This is one inspired by Salvador Dali. There I am. Yep. So it's a book about how fine art inspires weddings. And this was at the Biltmore. And this was one of my former employees. She ended up being the model because we ran into a sticky situation. And anyway, I did that. Yeah, I came up with all of it. Table stuff. Decided to drape them in greenery. We did a paper flower, and this is, what is that called? The stuff that used to be on ladies' hats in like the 30s and 40s and 20s. What? Millinery? We took old vintage millinery and made paper flowers and paper ferns. Isn't that gorgeous? This was on the cover of Destination I Do magazine. It's no longer a magazine, but there's my friend Jennifer Stein. She contributed to the book. Y'all, I've been around. I've done some things. I've had fun. I miss Jennifer. I haven't seen her in years. Things got really weird after the C word. This was one in Italy. This was a dress by Tara Latour. But isn't this gorgeous? I mean, weddings. I still love weddings. Still love them. This dress didn't arrive until like 6 p.m. the day of the shoot. We were on the Amalfi Coast. We had to drive an hour to get it and get it on her body in enough time for getting shots like this. And there's the invite. This was we stayed at a place where we did the shoot, and there was a little church right on property. And there was this cool thing on the floor, and we had them lay down. I was like, y'all, take off your shoes and lay down. Isn't he a looker? Sorry to objectify you, so. Look at this place. Oh my gosh, I'm going back. But now all of these fake weddings, they're very taboo. I'll show you one more. We went to the Greenbrier, and I painted on, this was inspired by Dorothy Draper. So this book, even if you're not into weddings, it's fun because you learn about the artists. We got permission to use the image of Dorothy. And I wrote everything. Here's my friend Stephanie. She no longer runs Stephanie Miles events, but we still stay in touch. But this is a 2-floor suite that we got private access to for the shoot. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't it so lovely? Oh. And I paint, so this is another gown. I forget who designed this gown. I can look, but I painted her. She was an employee at the Greenbrier. She was our model. I loved real models. I never loved polished models. I loved quirky faces and unique asymmetrical faces. So when I chose models, yeah, look at that. Top down. See, those top down shots are fire. Look at her. And then this was just all throughout the property, all different dresses. Dorothy's style and artistic influence is just dripping. Like, she is the like metaphorical mother of Martha Stewart, right? Like what Martha Stewart did for us in the 90s and the 2000s, Dorothy did for us ages before. We took this bar, like, look at, I made custom inserts with my sketches. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I got here, but I'm having fun. This was her husband. I dressed up the liquor bottles. Look at this. Gosh, I miss these days. But times change. Times change. And here's a flat lay of the invitation suite. Stairs into the Greenbrier. Famous chandelier in their ballroom. Yeah. Love the vein. Let it dry. Let's go look at what the vein's doing. Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me go down memory lane. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. I've never done that before. We've never talked about that before. All right. Let's see what the Dragon Slayer is doing. Look at that. And the gold crept into it up here even slightly. Christy, I just love this so much. You're truly a dynamic person. So fascinating. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you. Yes, so much work. Sketches, shoot days, shoot weeks, depending on the velocity and the sheer, just insanity of the shoot. I would literally be down for like 2 or 3 days, like couldn't move my body. So tired, so fatigued. And I was living in a much larger body in those days. So look at that. Look at that. So always look at your colors, what they're doing as they dry, after they dry. And then because we can. We're going to lift and see what they want to do. What you want to do, what you want to do. Not much of nothing. Let me see. This was from a few days ago. She ain't going to lift much. So staining action for sure going on. Yep. And then let's try to lift. I want to actually go in here. Oh, by the way, hold on. I want you to see what this powder pinkish thing is doing. Look at the veining in that. Come on, focus. Look at that. Yes, Virginia, the book is available to order on Amazon, still in print. You can just go to my Amazon store and get it through that link if you want to give me some affiliate change. So the link below in description, just go to Christie's Books. It's a list called Christie's Books, and you will find it there. Or just go to Amazon if you can't find that other link and search my name. It should come up. Or just search The Painter's Wedding on Amazon. It'll definitely come up then. Look at that. Look at that little paint, little droplet. Gosh, so good. Let's try to loosen her up a bit. See if anything interesting happens. It's another great reason to allow yourself to play. Oh, there was yellow on my brush. Sorry. Great reason to allow yourself to play so you have a sheet that you can then do another layer of play by lifting or glazing more color on top of. If you like a combination that happens, write it down. If you glaze two colors, right? Yeah, it's available. It is. It's a soft cover, which is a little bit of a bummer. I always wanted it to be a hard cover, but you know. I so want to give you some affiliate change. Don't you all beat me to it. I think there's quite a few still. You know, I didn't do it to make money or anything. It was a purely 100% passion project. That's what it was. Yeah. And now it's kind of like a yearbook. There's so many folks in there who have shifted in the industry, shifted out of the industry. So for me, it's like a wedding industry yearbook. And I'm still around somehow. Okay. We've had enough looking. Let's get on to some more painting because we got a couple more colors to play with. 6 to be exact. I think it's 6. This one is called Eurasian J Rose Gray. Oh my Lord, that is a mouthful. All right, purple family. I'm going to spray the paper down over here for our next one. A little prep work. All right. Thank you, Art with Diamonds. Thank you, Sketches. Thank you, Sue. You really should go to the grocery store, Sarah. I'm sorry. Just download Instacart. You can watch and shop. I've been using Instacart since 2 years before the year that shall not be named. I'm so glad I did. Oh, what is this one? It's almost like a greenish black. Hold on. This one is called Hazy Moon Yellow. Oh, I can't wait to see how this granulates. Can I just say, I flashed this before. I flashed it in another live. I have had these sedums in here since like a live a week ago. Can I just tell you, do this. Do this. Get some little snippings from your garden and keep them on your table. Keep them in your painting water. Do some. It's just fun. Every time I go to dip my brush in the water, it's a little joy moment. And I actually did it because I broke the inner well. I don't know if you can see it. Look at, I broke her. So I was sad about it, but this little guy covers up the brokenness. So I don't think about it every time I go to dip my brush. Yeah. All right. She's putting out some yellow. It's weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it's weird in a good way. No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I'm going to do a little shove, a little nudge. Nudge, 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 nudge. Nudge, nudge, nudgy, nudge, nudge. All right, where did I just put that little schmutz of paint? Let's bump. We're going to bump Echinops green gray. Echinops? Is that a plant? Anybody? Ooh, this is lovely. Does this have white in it? Maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm going to go look. Apparently, y'all, I'm here for the white white pigment and granulating formulas. PB29 and PG17. Nope, no white. But I'm curious. I got to go look up what those are. Maybe they have a natural opacity to them. Now this is in the ilk of like a lot of Schminkas. They're very like Schminkas granulators are not as bright. They're a lot of like dirty granulators, which I love, but I'm getting a little fatigued of them. Can we just go back over here? Let's have a moment. Let's take a moment with our lovelies to just observe. Obviously, I'm not going to be getting to the traditional swatching today. I have to save that for the YouTube's biggest granulating review paint video that I'm still working on. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's let some of that run in there. This is going green, really green, and like almost like that creamy indigo from before. And I am leaning into my palette and probably getting paint all over my shirt. Friends, we got 2 more colors left. We've got Moonlit Night Blue. I actually think I didn't need to double up in any of those pans or any of those wells. I think I would have had enough room. All right, Moonlit Night. Oh, it's like a Payne's Gray. Oh, lovely. It's got a clarity to it. I wonder what it's going to do. Anybody have any? I'm going to flick. There we go. Little flick. Go really close to the page. Spray the living daylights out of it. See what it does. I'm getting aggressive. Maybe purple. A little purple. All right, last but most certainly not least, Rainy Night Moon Black, and that is a banger. That's a banger of a name. I am here for every last bit of it. And here we go. Definitely some warmth in there. I think it's going to granulate something warm, something rusty maybe. Purpley rusty. Creamy. They all still maintain that kind of iconic Holbein creaminess in a way, whether overt or subtle, right? They do. I love it. All right. Let's see what she going to do. Oh, there's some lovely purple. I'm just look at that. I'm just swoofing. I'm swoofing my paper towel over it, and it's revealing some fun stuff. Now, this page is definitely more traditional granulating pigments. When the granulating craze started, this was a lot of what you were seeing. So I'm not as excited about this stuff as I am about this stuff. Just gonna say. And for me, the winner, the definite winner chicken dinner, hands down, is this ocean blue. Let me give you another look at it. Drag her out and see what she can do. This is by far my favorite of the bunch, which is surprising. She's a quick granulator. She's a unique, just a unique like pigment profile, like the way that it's immediately granulating and acting on the page with like this liney situation, y'all. But wait, y'all. Like French ultramarine? Is that, hold on. Oh, I don't even know which one this was. Second to last? What's in here? Somebody, where are my pigment nerds? You know I mean that lovingly. Is this Moonlit? PB29. And PBK, that's black. PB29, anybody, quick. What's PB29? What's PB29? Ultramarine. I was right. Damn, didn't I say French ultramarine? Did I? Or am I making that up? I think I know. See, I always have been insecure about my knowledge of pigments, but sometimes I think I'm too hard on myself. I think we're all too hard on ourselves. Holy crap. That's gorgeous. All right. Ultramarine. Why do I even know that? Why do I even know that? Yeah. So beautiful. Look at this. Drop some salt. Hold on. I don't have straight up salt, but I have pigment salts. I mean, we're about to get jiggy with it. I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day. Ooh, break free, break from the chains. Someday somebody's gonna make you. Oh, hello. Hello, beautiful. I always just do a little too much, and then I get a little anthill of pigment salt. So, there's a little bit of salt extra there. Now, if we drop salt in that, I don't have salt. I wish I had salt. You know what I want to drop in there? Hold the phone. Because, we got to end on a supercalifragilistic note. Okay, that was very anticlimactic. Climactic. I can't even say words anymore. All right, let it go. Let it go. Come on, let it go, acrylic. Oh, she don't. Okay, now she's moving. Oh my gosh, I'm just throwing paint. Let it go. Let it go. Someone was asking about Aurora Borealis. I would drop a little white acrylic into your damp granulating situation, and you're going to find yourself having a Northern Lights moment. All right. All right. Not so much in the orange, but definitely, I mean, can we get an amen and a hallelujah for that? That too. All right. I mean, we're having a good time. Good time. Good time. Don't want to waste the paint. So fun. All right. Sounds like my little girl booped her head, so I better go check on her. I mean, it's just a little boop. Nothing crazy. Hey, Zoe, you're back. Pigment salts, Ruby Mountain, Boulder Colors, TCW Stencils, one of my favorites. You can also get Brusho. That's an OG. That's an OG pigment salt. Very fun. Brusho, beat like brush with an O on the end. Indeed. Anybody else got pigment salt recommendations? They're sold out in Canada. What are we talking about? Okay. Can't remember. What is in Ocean Blue? Let me grab it. Ocean Blue is PY, hold on, 159 and PB 50. What? Okay. Sorry, PB is blue, not black. PBK is black. Okay. PY 159 and PB 15. Yeah. That's what she is. That's what she is. That's what she is. What's what she is. Anyway, my daughter's head boop is not a big deal. She does it all the time. She gets out from underneath the table and boop, I didn't even hear her cry. So my mom is with her. Yes. Sarah, do you want to email Kristen and ask her to restock our salts? We had Boulder salts, I think. We can get those restocked if y'all are interested. Nessa, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Yellow, okay. Yellow and phthalo was the ocean blue. There we go. Thank you, Sketches. Nope, that is not. That's something else. But this is the one. PB159, PB15, yellow and phthalo. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right. All right. Well, friends, this was an absolute blast. I thank you so much for being here. I was definitely on my worst behavior today in the best way, I think. So had a blast. If you have any questions about anything, the best way to get in touch with me, to get a quick response from me, is Instagram at Christy the Painter DMs. Hit me up. Email, oof, it's a tough one for me. All right, friends, take care. Have an awesome day, and I will see you around watercolor land. Indeed.